The desert wind howled, carrying with it the whispers of forgotten battles and lost souls. Lyra adjusted her cybernetic arm, the metal cold against her scarred cheek. Each movement was a reminder of her transformation, a testament to her resilience. She wasn't born this way. No, this metal was a gift from the hegemony bestowed upon her in the most brutal of ways, a constant reminder of the day they stole her home, her family, her humanity, the day everything she knew was torn apart. Lyra wasn't human, not anymore. She was something more, something forged in the fires of rebellion, a warrior reborn from the ashes of her past. The hegemony called her the Iron Valkyrie, a name whispered in fear and admiration, a symbol of defiance and strength. They underestimated her, just as they underestimated the Cathari, the alien race she now fought alongside. Together they formed an unbreakable alliance. Lyra scanned the horizon. The crimson sun beat down on the desolate landscape, painting the sky with hues of red and orange. Jagged rock formations clawed at the sky, casting long, eerie shadows, each shadow a reminder of the battles yet to come. This wasn't her planet, but it had become her home, her purpose, a place where she found new meaning and a cause worth fighting for. And she would fight to her last breath to defend it. For Lyra, the Iron Valkyrie, the battle was far from over. It had only just begun. The Cathari were a race born of fire and shadow. Their skin shimmered with an iridescent quality, reflecting the colours of their twin suns. Their eyes, large and obsidian black, held an ancient wisdom. They were a peaceful people, living in harmony with their harsh environment. The hegemony, a vast, technologically advanced empire, had come to their world seeking resources. They saw the Cathari as primitive, as obstacles. They enslaved them, forcing them to mine the planet's rich mineral veins. Lyra had seen the cruelty firsthand, the forced labour, the brutal punishments, the slow extinguishing of a proud people's spirit. She had seen it and vowed to fight back, not just for herself, but for the Cathari, for their right to exist. The rebellion started small, a flicker of defiance in the eyes of the oppressed, whispers in the darkness, clandestine meetings under the crimson moon. Lyra, with her strength and tactical brilliance, quickly rose through the ranks. She became a symbol of hope, a beacon of defiance against the hegemony's tyranny. She trained the Cathari in the art of warfare, teaching them how to use the hegemony's own weapons against them. She showed them that even in the face of overwhelming odds, hope could still ignite a fire in the darkest of times. The Cathari, inspired by Lyra's unwavering spirit, rallied to her cause. They saw in her not just a warrior, but a leader, a champion of their freedom. Word of Lyra's exploits spread like wildfire across the Cathari settlements. She became a legend, her name whispered in hushed tones. The hegemony placed a hefty bounty on her head, but it only solidified her status as a symbol of resistance. Her victories, though small at first, emboldened the Cathari. They began to believe that they could actually win, that they could drive the hegemony from their world. Lyra, fueled by their hope and her own burning desire for vengeance, pressed the attack. Her strategies were unorthodox, a blend of human ingenuity and Cathari knowledge of the land. She led daring raids on hegemony outposts, disrupting their supply lines and sowing chaos in their ranks. Section 5. Scars of Freedom. Every victory came at a cost. Lyra bore the scars of countless battles, both physical and emotional. The loss of her family, the horrors she had witnessed, the weight of responsibility for her people, they all etched themselves onto her soul. She saw the same pain in the eyes of the Cathari, the weight of their own losses, but she also saw their resilience, their unwavering spirit. It was that spirit, that refusal to be broken, that kept her going. She knew that freedom wasn't free. It had to be earned, fought for, and sometimes even paid for in blood, and she was willing to pay any price to see the Cathari free. Section 6. The Crimson Tide. The hegemony, their control slipping, unleashed their full might. They mobilized every available resource, every soldier, and every war machine in a desperate bid to maintain their dominance. A crimson tide of soldiers and war machines descended upon the Cathari settlements, determined to crush the rebellion once and for all. The skies darkened with the smoke of battle, and the ground trembled under the weight of the advancing forces. Lyra knew this was it, the final stand. She had prepared for this moment, knowing that the fate of her people rested on her shoulders. She rallied her forces, her voice echoing across the desolate landscape. Her words were a beacon of hope in the midst of despair. "We fight for our freedom, for our families, for our right to exist." Her declaration was met with a resounding cheer, a unified cry of defiance. Her words ignited a fire in the hearts of the Cathari warriors. They were ready to give everything, to sacrifice all for the cause. They would not be broken, they would not yield. Their resolve was unshakable, their determination unwavering. The battle raged for days, a maelstrom of fire and fury. The air was thick with the sounds of conflict, the cries of the wounded, and the roar of explosions. The Cathari, outnumbered and outgunned, fought with the ferocity of cornered animals. Each warrior knew that surrender was not an option. Lyra, a whirlwind of metal and fury, led the charge, her cybernetic arm a blur as she cut down enemy after enemy. Her presence on the battlefield was a symbol of resistance, a testament to the unbreakable spirit of the Cathari. Section 7. A Leader's Resolve. Lyra, covered in the blood of friend and foe alike, felt the tide turning against them. The hegemony's firepower was relentless, their numbers seemingly endless. She knew she had to do something drastic, something unexpected. She gathered her lieutenants, her voice hoarse but firm. "We need to lure them into the crystal caves," she said, referring to a network of underground tunnels sacred to the Cathari. "It's our only chance." Her plan was risky, bordering on suicidal. The crystal caves were considered sacred ground, and fighting within their confines was sacrilege. But Lyra knew that the hegemony, in their arrogance, would follow them into the darkness. Section 8. A Desperate Gambit. Lyra led the hegemony forces on a grueling chase through the twisting canyons and treacherous ravines. The Cathari, using their knowledge of the terrain, laid traps and ambushes, slowing the enemy's advance. Finally, they reached the entrance to the crystal caves, a gaping maw in the side of a mountain. The hegemony forces, blinded by their pursuit, charged in after them, eager to crush the rebellion once and for all. They didn't realize their mistake until it was too late. Section 9. Echoes of Hope. The crystal caves were alive. The crystals that lined the walls pulsed with an ancient energy, reacting to the presence of the hegemony's technology. The air crackled with raw power, lashing out at the invaders. The hegemony's weapons malfunctioned, their armor useless against the unpredictable energy surges. The Cathari, their movements guided by instinct and faith, navigated the chaotic environment with ease, using the cave's power to their advantage. Lyra, her cybernetic enhancements shielded from the worst of the energy blasts, pressed the attack. She fought with the fury of a cornered animal, each swing of her blade fueled by years of pain and anger. Section 10. Beneath a Sky Reborn. The battle raged within the heart of the mountain, a clash of titanic forces that shook the very foundations of the world. The very earth itself seemed to rise up against the invaders, as if the planet itself was fighting back. When the dust settled, the floor of the crystal caves was littered with the bodies of hegemony soldiers, their once formidable ranks now broken and scattered. The air, thick with the smell of ozone and blood, echoed with the cries of the wounded and the dying, a haunting symphony of war's aftermath. The hegemony, their forces shattered and their spirits broken, retreated from the planet, their dreams of conquest left in ruins. They left behind the smouldering wreckage of their ambition, a testament to their failed invasion. The Cathari, battered but unbroken, emerged from the caves, their eyes adjusting to the light of a world they had fought so hard to reclaim. Blinking in the light of their newly liberated world, they cheered, their voices rising in a chorus of victory. They had won. They were free. Lyra watched them celebrate, a weary smile playing on her lips, a mixture of relief and exhaustion etched on her face. The fight had taken its toll on her, every muscle aching, every breath a reminder of the struggle they had endured. But she had helped secure their freedom, and that knowledge gave her strength. As the crimson sun rose over the horizon, casting its warm glow over the landscape, painting the sky in hues of victory and hope, she knew that the fight for freedom was never truly over. There would always be new challenges, new battles to face, but for now she allowed herself a moment of peace, a brief respite in the aftermath of chaos, standing tall beneath a sky reborn, a symbol of resilience and hope for the future.